We need to hit the pause button and address what has been another mind-boggling week in disinformation. Chew on this.
Say goodbye to your burgers if you want to sign up for the Biden climate agenda. That's the finding of one study.
They can't have a steak on the grill or a hamburger on the grill July 4th weekend.
Americans would have to cut red meat consumption by a whopping 90%. That means only one burger a month.
But hold on. Here's the problem. It was a nothing burger. Fox News issued a correction informing its viewers there was no secret Biden burger ban on the horizon. The whole thing was spun out of a Daily Mail story based on an academic paper that was published 1 year before Biden became president. But that didn't matter to some on the far right, the same bad faith actors who were always peddling this bogus red meat. What's really sad is that even prominent Republicans are still repeating this lie, even after the story was debunked. The top House Republican, Kevin McCarthy, repeated the lie on Fox News after Biden's speech to Congress.
He just continues. He wants control of your life. He's going to control how much meat you can eat. Can you imagine that?
Now, you may want to laugh this off. As the old saying goes, a lie can travel around the world and back again while the truth is still lacing up its boots. But the lies these days are moving at the speed of light while spreading so much darkness. Take, for example, the uproar over this New York Post story that claimed that copies of a children's book written by Vice President Kamala Harris were being given to migrant kids in their welcome kits. That tale from the border didn't just border on BS. This was USDA grade A bullshit. And the reporter who wrote the story resigned, claiming she was forced to make it up. But the damage was done, pumped out over the airwaves at the bullshit factory, also known as Fox News.
They're being given a book. Everyone is being given a copy, apparently, of Vice President Kamala Harris's book. And my question to you is, would there be any of the acceptance of this that there is now if this had been happening under the prior administration?
And from there, the lie kept spreading. Prominent Republicans like the House Minority Whip, Steve Scalise, who suggested that the vice president is profiting off of the problems at the border. His tweet is still up. I just checked it. And then there are the lies that put people in danger, like this medical advice from Fox News' doctor of disinformation, Tucker Carlson, who sounds like he went to medical school at Trump University.
So the next time you see someone in a mask on the sidewalk or on the bike path, do not hesitate. Ask politely but firmly, would you please take off your mask? It's repulsive. Don't do it around other people. As for forcing children to wear masks outside, that should be illegal. Your response when you see children wearing masks as they play should be no different from your response to seeing someone beat a kid in Walmart. Call the police immediately. Contact Child Protective Services.
Now just imagine if 911 dispatchers or the people at Child Protective Services were answering calls about kids wearing masks instead of car accidents because people were deceived into believing it was a form of child abuse. Remember, lies, big lies, can have terrible consequences. Just 4 months ago, we all witnessed the fallout from the big lie about the election, and it should serve as a lesson, and it should have served as a lesson on how lies can kill. They travel at the speed of light and spread so much darkness. But don't take my word for it. Listen to what one police officer told my colleague, Don Lemon, about what he experienced on January 6th.
It's been very difficult seeing elected officials and other individuals kind of whitewash the events of that day or downplay what happened. A lot of us are still experiencing the emotional trauma, and some are still grappling with physical injuries as well.
Rioters sprayed that officer with chemicals. They beat him with pipes, tased him several times. They even tried to steal his gun, and he says, talked about shooting him with it. And yet, even after all that, we are still hearing lies from the far right about the insurrection. Lies about the election, resulting in new voting laws around the country, by the way. And lies about practically everything. Why is that? Why is that? Perhaps it's because the Lord of the lies himself is still waging his own losing battle against the truth from exile. And it's clear he still has a beef with democracy.
At 10:30 in the evening, everyone thought the election was over and that we had won. All of a sudden, late in the night, they closed up the tabulation centers and they came out with new numbers. This election is a disgrace to our country.
It all leaves a pretty bad taste in your mouth, doesn't it?